what happens if I go over and kill that guy? I've actually never done that.
Ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords.
Hey, watch it!
Victory is yours. I submit.
Oh. That happens. Okay. I guess I should have known that. Anyway, so yeah. Just doing a quick video to demonstrate the new features that are going to be coming up in 1.3.2 of Cinematic Film Lux. So everything's pretty much the same, except there will be this new color grading section, which will probably be after sharpening in front of image format. And that's what these new profiles were introduced for. Let's go to Red Log Film. This is actually designed for color grading. So, I'll demonstrate how this works. Oh god, this stupid
I've been looking for you.
courier.
Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
Yes,
Your hands on
yes,
me.
yes, yes. Get it over with.
Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Alright. Let's go somewhere where there's a decent amount of color. Just go back where we were a second ago. As you can see, the image is really, really flat. Because it's designed to give you headroom to work with when you're color grading. This will do right here. This will do nicely. Pull up the terminal. Alright. Okay, so how this works, you've got shadows, midtones, and highlights control. And you have, you can push a different color into the shadows, or a different color into the mid-range of the image, and a different color to the brightest parts. So the first thing that you should do, you should understand what this RGB and HLS means. RGB stands for red, green, and blue. HLS stands for hue, lightness, and saturation. It may be easier for some people to understand just working with, I want to add some blue to the shadows, or I want to add some green, or take away a certain color. Or it may be easier for some people to pick the color. Okay. So you have to saturate to see what you're doing, and then you can roll this around to pick the color. Anyway, let's just do it this way. Let's reset this. 127 is middle gray, which means it will do nothing to the image at all. It'll just pass straight through. First thing that you want to do when you're working in the log profile is bring the shadows down. And you want to lift the highlights up. And then the midtones you may need to pull down, or... So anyway, you can see that we expanded the image quite a bit. Which, by the way, most of the effects on here, with the exception of image format, are set to happen before you get to the actual film or look emulation. Color grading is actually set up so that it applies after this. Okay, so we've got the image expanded. Now let's push some color into the shadows. Let's push blue. Let's pull this over some. And let's push a little bit of green. As you can see, that brightened up the image, so what you want to do is you can click on this and then just pull the lightness back down. And now that you have the color selected from doing this, you can actually push more of it by pushing the saturation up. I think I want to shift this over toward teal a little bit. There, that's looking nice. And let's push some red. Actually, let's take away some blue from the midtones. And let's take away a little bit of green. As you can see, as I push colors around, I'm getting a well-defined look to the image that I did not have before. As you can see, as I toggle it off, I've made the shadow areas quite blue. I can keep pushing really hard. Color grading is kind of a push-pull kind of thing, where as I push more into the shadows, I have to compensate by pushing more into the midtones, otherwise everything just gets a blue wash. And so for the highlights, let's push. If you take away blue, you'll bring in yellow. So let's warm the highlights up. I actually think I'm going to lift the shadows up a bit to bring more of that color out. And drop the midtones. Lift the highlights. And there we go. It's kind of quick and dirty, but you can see we've color graded the image, all without leaving the game. Let's pull some of that out of the shadows, and pull some of that out. There we go. That's a little less extreme.
All hard. Rogue there. You helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city.
I'd like to try to implement like
opening that gate for Ulfric.
brightness-based saturation to be able to maybe remove color from certain areas, like pull color out of the shadows or boost color in certain areas. That would be kind of cool. I'll have to see if I can dig up some code and try to implement that into ENB. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a quick, overview of what's coming. Take it easy, guys. Catch you in the next video.